Hello, dear Didgeridoo friends. Video number 3 of my new video series, Didgeridoo Power. It's supposed to be a video series bringing to you the magic and the beauty and the exceptional power of yidaki and mago playing, Didgeridoo playing. It's definitely not supposed to be about me as a teacher, as a player, but I guess I have to make an exception for this video. It also kind of is bringing to you other aspects of what is yidaki and mago playing about. What I have to talk, I decided to talk about in this video is something I'm a bit fed of really to talk about, but there is no specific video about it, and a gentleman asked me, a gentleman I highly respect. He is writing me sometimes in the comment section below my videos. Interesting stuff, good thoughts, and I found out he is playing now for 27 years the yidaki, he says, almost every day. So that's somebody I highly respect. I see the point in his question, and other people also asked me several times about this. So let's do one video about it, then it's done, and if other people ask me in the future about it, I can say, look up this video and you know it all. The question is, what qualifies one to be a master? And since I call myself, since the beginning of 2020, master of yidaki and mago, it's a question that is understandable. In a way, why I am a bit fed up is if you don't see it like I see it, there is no way to make you think or believe, well, yes, the man has done something and he deserves it. Because if you believe, and I know for a fact many players believe, you gotta be an aborigine. Only then you have the basic ground to even think about mastership in playing the yidaki and mago. Or other people think, and I get it, there's no point, nobody can be ever a master in something, or only the highest authority. Yeah, if you think that, that's fine with me. I don't dispute it, I get it. So what makes me saying I have achieved a mastery? As I said many times before, it's not vanity. I always just wanted to know what is in that box. There's of course more. And the more is, I never was satisfied with, and this is for every field of expertise I am connected with. I never was satisfied with being just another guy who dies one day and nobody even knows you did something extraordinary or something of value, of worth. I just always was looking up to the stars, so to speak, and not only saying, oh, nice stars, but I wanted to go there and see what is there. That's always my goal in what I do. There's nothing wrong with being an ordinary guy, but it's just not what I want in life. When I die, I want to feel I have achieved things that maybe nobody achieved. That's just what I like. That's me. You can say that is vanity. You can also say this is just striving for excellence, or having fun doing something extraordinary, just for the fun of it. That's how I feel about it. So yeah, dear friend, you asked what qualifies one. I give you just now a picture of what I did. It's all true, of course, and it's not for showing off. It's not even to convince somebody. I'm beyond that now. That's good. It's just to say to you it is like that, and I don't look even for approval. Make of it what you like, because I feel good about it. So since 1985 I do professionally music. From 1985 to 2000 I was building up a professional music studio. From 85 to 2000 it was in electronic music. So I was heavily into synthesizer stuff, recording stuff. I had many wonderful instruments, synthesizers, all the old analog stuff. I did give all my money, and I earned good in my younger years as a trainer in the free market. So yeah, I spent it all to buy this stuff. I could talk a lot about this, but you ask specifically for qualifying stuff. So what I learned there, of course, was all about rhythms, all about sounds. I was selling music, I was giving concerts, so professional things. When my first marriage broke down, I sold everything out of sadness, really. And so there was a short time without music. I had a vacation in the south of France, and somebody was playing the didgeridoo there on a market. From my point of view today, not very good, very simple stuff, but on a bamboo. But I was interested. I asked the man, what is that? What do you do there? And he explained, and I bought in this vacation some very cheap didgeridoos and started to learn the drone. Circular breathing was a bit a mystery for me, like for many people. Then I bought a video course in my first years on VHS tape, would you believe it? And yeah, so with this help, I learned circular breathing with cheeks. I started then. I was cocky enough and stupid enough to teach. I lived in that period of my time in a part of Germany where nobody knew anything about didgeridoo playing, and so I was the king amongst the blind. We had a lot of fun. I didn't know anything other than the drone and the circular breathing. But my students and me, we had fun, and they were forgiving. We just had fun. I realized then in my second year, when the second year started, I'm doing always the same tune. So I took my first teacher, used him up very quickly after 2 tuition sessions. Poor guy. I got my second teacher, very good player, good teacher, and he set me straight in many things. And I learned the somehow deeper stuff, more advanced stuff about drones, voice, circular breathing. He was a contemporary player, so my next teacher, Sven Mulder, was showing me a very different world of didgeridoo playing. That was all very well before Andris Mekal came into the scene. Is that right? No, Smekal came before. So I was involved in contemporary playing in my second year, and then Sven Mulder came and showed me the world of traditional way of playing. I had no clue about this and for many years I really didn't understand what he was talking about, because it was so sophisticated, complicated stuff. In my third year, I guess I said to Sven, I want to teach traditional way of playing, knowing I don't have a clue really. And I explained to him, I see it as a journey. I want to work out and work up what you teach me with my students, because I already had several students. And he said, okay, do your thing. And so I did. And in the next 17 years I was learning from Sven and many other sources, and kind of chewed it up and worked it out with my students. There were many students. And since you asked about qualification, 17 years of working with students, all the things up, is quite a school and education. You understand that, I guess. I mean, almost every day, and my students were no idiots. They would have figured out very quickly if I would bullshit them, fool them into things, talking about things I not understand. So it's obvious they and me, we work together to understand the things better and better. Yeah, so that's one qualification. 8 years ago I started this YouTube channel here, Didgehouse, and though I erased many of the videos, you still can see some videos from my first year on YouTube, and everything I did since then, it's an open book, it's transparent. You can see my I'm looking forward what I did, the way I went. Filming YouTube videos is an education in itself, because if you post a video and you talk stupid things you don't understand or only half understand, people will react, because the viewers are no idiots too. You cannot fool them. So since really nobody said something along those lines, you don't know what you are talking about, you are not ready to teach. But nobody said that, so I guess I did something right. 3 years ago I filmed my first video course for download. Now there are 8. And the first video course took me 3 months of filming traditional didgeridoo. It's still my best seller. And again, nobody who bought this course said, you are fooling us, you don't know what you're talking about. It's the opposite. So what I want to say is, since I am a teacher, really since I was 17, I was teaching since then something all the time in my life. That's my thing, that's what I do, I'm teaching. And the teacher has to have the skill to find out things, see the bigger picture, make it available for the students, put it into compact, easy, efficient exercises, stuff like that. That's my life. And that's what I did from the technical standpoint with the traditional way of playing, again from the technical standpoint. So what I can say, surely in all the years I got a really good understanding about how those sounds are made. And since I am a player, so not only a teacher, playing concerts, playing in tuition sessions all the time, I know it also from the practical side of things. So what I want to say is, I listen to an Aboriginal rhythm and I know the sounds they use in this particular tune. I can hear from also my musical background what sequences are there, what are the changes, how they make it, and more or less convincingly close to the original I could play it. It is not my goal really to play it exactly like they do in terms of sequences, patterns, changes. This sound has to be coming after this sound, and that's not what I'm interested in. I always wanted to know how it is played from the technical side and how the rhythms are put together. And that I think I can claim I understand now. I can hear it and kind of reproduce. But this may be a qualification. I don't think that's enough, because all the rhythms and all the sounds there, they have meanings. It's not just music, it's spiritual, and it's connected with nature, things they experience in their lives, their culture. That's one point I want to make. It's not my culture. So many of the meanings are not open to me. I get this. And I am not sad about it. I mean, in my book, it's all about life, understanding life, coming closer to the spiritual world. At the end of the day, it's a journey to yourself and to the bigger picture you are living in. I'm talking about spirituality, spirits, connection, awareness, finding yourself. Though I'm aware a yidaki or mago player, it's not about himself, but somehow also. He's not the important thing, but you can't avoid it. The longer and the better you play yidaki and mago and you understand what you are doing, the more you come to yourself. So yeah, I know I understood things, especially in the last years, and I came to a point 5 years ago. I said officially on my YouTube channel, sitting in Mongolia on a mountaintop, I want to be master in that in 5 years. January the 1st, 2020. When I was saying this, sitting there in Mongolia, I was thinking, oh, these are pretty big shoes to fill. But I felt this is right. I like to strive for that. This is something I really want to have in life. Yeah, and the years following those last 5 years, I sometimes posted videos explaining my motivation, showing my way. And now, January the 1st, 2020, it was the day, and I felt I have done a lot. Not only the playing, the teaching, the learning. I mean, I learned from every source I could put my finger on. I read every article, every book. I saw every video you can find on YouTube related to didgeridoo, yidaki, mago playing. I talked about all aspects of music in my tuition sessions. I am a student for music and what it gives to people and what it means. And I came to a point at the beginning of this year when I was feeling, yes, it's okay. I will never be an Aborigine. I was asked, have you been to Australia? Have you learned from Aborigines? I never was in Australia. Hell, I not even know an Aborigine in person. I tried to connect, but that's another story. And I know, of course, for a fact, no Aborigine player will come on a white horse riding to Stuttgart and say to me, yeah, you got it. That will not happen. Cannot. So, do you learn really from them what you need? Several of my students went there to Jalu and other fantastic Aboriginal players. They came back pretty disappointed. They loved the journey, but disappointed about they paid also a lot of money and they did not get really much. Some rhythms, word by word, but that was more or less it. No playing techniques, no deeper understanding. I guess you have to be there a long time to really get that, and there are not too many white men who did get that. Sven, my teacher, got a lot. But frankly, as much as I love Sven and I always treasure his every word. Much more came from life itself. What I have learned from life and from all my other sources and my tuition sessions, my understanding of things. Yeah. So that might be, I know it is, a way to mastership also. It was my way. That's all. I don't have to say more. I also not look for approval. It's just my way. Think of it what you want, but I feel good about it. I am happy, and I think in my book it's good. Thank you for listening. See ya. Bye.